Welcome back to Young Tripp Reactions.
You're watching Young Tripp Reactions, the show where rapper Young Tripp reacts to the latest videos on crime, drama, news, and so much more. Get ready, because the show's about to start. Let's go.
And that's the part that really ticks me off. The fact that she has a disability and they allow this mess to go down. Regardless of a disability, this should not be happening. But the fact that she has an intellectual disability and these uncivilized mutt parents allowed this mess to go down. That's why they're on Young Tripp Reactions. What do you mean it isn't the first time? Bruh. $500,000 to join a club. Come on now, man. That club better have everything in it to pay that much money. Come and smoke some meth with me. He told minor children that. You know he said more if he said that, y'all. This relative was defending his family. And he's sitting in jail. You know me as an activist that I have to react to something like this. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, join the Young Tripp family. If you have any videos that you run across that fit the channel, post them in my community tab or send it to me over on Instagram. If you have anything personal that you have going on that you may want me to bring some more awareness to, send me a direct message over on Instagram and we can see if it fits the channel or fits something that I want to bring awareness to.
You can also send those things to Young Tripp's Facebook, and make sure you follow him on both those things. All links will be below.
Bottoms up.
Insane. Absolutely insane. Such a damn shame. Peace. Let's get into this. Welcome back to Young Tripp Reactions. The first video we're gonna do is a prison story by my homie Jersey Street Corner. Obviously you know where he's from, Jersey. I think I've done one other story on him, so that's why I'm kind of talking about him a little bit here at the beginning. The first video of his that we're gonna do is a guy owed so much in debt. He was so far backed up in debt that he gave up his manhood to pay back. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and join the Young Tripp family. If you have any videos that you run across that you want to hear me react to on the channel, post it in my community tab or send it to me through direct message on my professional FB or my professional Instagram. Also, make sure you come follow me over on my professional FB and my professional Instagram, as I post over there as well too. If you have any situations involving police misconduct, injustice, violations of civil rights, send that to me through direct message on my professional FB or my professional Instagram. Those links will be pinned at the top of the chat along with the original video, and in a link in the description along with the original video. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and join the Young Tripp family. And also, if you have any situations involving police misconduct, injustice, violations of civil rights, involving you, a friend, or a loved one, send that to me through direct message on my professional FB or my professional Instagram. Let me know if there's civil rights attorneys involved, similar to Ben Crump or Ben Crump himself. Let me know about the activists that are involved where I can join them as an activist myself in the fight for justice for you or your loved one. If it does involve a friend or a loved one, see if they want to come onto the channel, and the same thing applies to you regarding your situation if it's involving you. If it does involve a friend or a loved one, see if they want to come onto the channel, tell their story, about whatever it involves, the police or whoever or whatever. If they don't want to come on and tell their story, you guys can write a statement, or you as the friend or relative can come on and tell the story for them. However you want to do it works. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and join the Young Tripp family. And make sure you come follow me on my professional FB and professional Instagram. And let's get into it.
Next, I'm giving y'all this prison. Coming up next, I'm giving y'all this prison story about an inmate who kept owing so much debt, he ended up in a really bad situation. Stay tuned to the Jersey Street Corner Prison Talk Show. It's JS Corner from the prison story massacres. I be telling stories about the pushers and the traffickers, trying to keep the YNs away from the bandits. Don't eat the honey bun, don't drink the coke, don't become another victim. Wait, I'll pay, I swear. Just give me a few weeks, Grab them off the bunk, grab them. Nah, you gonna pay today, and everybody gonna watch you pay. You gonna pay for everything right now. Get them, hold them down. No. What up? We are back. Who am I? Jersey Street Corner, and this is the Prison Talk Show, people. So let's get into it. Now, before we get into it, let me very quickly drop the jewel of the day for any YNs that this message might cross. If you find yourself in prison, the worst thing that you could do is borrow. And I mean anything. Don't borrow a stamp. Don't borrow phone time. Don't borrow commissary. Definitely do not borrow drugs. Because let me tell you something, people. In prison, these things I speak of mean everything. They are a daily function, a way of life. Those things that you are borrowing are how another inmate makes money. That's how they survive. That's their livelihood. And guess what, people? Most people, they'll go up head to toe about theirs. So You ain't gonna borrow something from somebody and not return it. You ain't gonna borrow something from somebody and bring it back broken. Nah. Don't be borrowing somebody's television or borrowing somebody's radio. Because guess what? When you're not looking and somebody go up in your locker and they steal that radio or that TV and they scratch that name off and get it resorted to have their name on the back of it, and now you can't prove who took your stuff, you responsible. And you borrowing for a reason, because you obviously can't afford to buy your own, which means you will end up in a world of trouble. So, unless it's your homeboy from the streets and y'all know each other like that, and y'all cool like that, don't even borrow from your gang brothers, because sometimes that don't mean nothing. Yeah, even your gang brother gonna get tired of hearing, I'm gonna pay you back, I'm gonna pay you back. Nah, man, it's been 6 months, you ain't gave me nothing. People ain't trying to hear it. So save yourself, YNs. Just wait till your mama send you some bread. Wait till your older brother send you some bread. Or maybe your younger sister. Wait till somebody that loves you sends you some money that you can do what you want with. Yeah. Because if you get caught in that circle of borrowing and returning, because remember, most of the time, even these favors come with favors. Now, that person might state the favor up front, what they want for that ask, or they might not. But the worst thing you could do is not have whatever they want. And what they want, sometimes people might be unthinkable. What they want might just be you in the first place. So they're hoping that you don't return those items. But y'all don't hear me though. We about to get into it. Prison is a very dangerous place. And if you're not careful, you will come home, if you come home, a very different person. So, without further ado, people, let's get into this story. Because I just know, you guys are dying for me to break that thumbnail down. All right, y'all. Let's go. Now, this story is about an inmate they call Bleach. And he was an ex-Aryan Brotherhood who ended up in our pod. Now, this guy, when I say he was broke, I mean, he ain't had nothing coming in. He barely got mail. So, I don't know why anybody would even loan him anything on the pretext of getting it back in, double.
That's because they never expected to get it back. It was so they can do something else with him. Insane. Let's continue.
At that, loan him anything on the pretext of getting it back in, double at that. So, my take on the situation was anybody that dealt with him, was looking to take advantage of him anyway. Whether it be turning him into a slave and having him clean their cell or do their laundry forever, or, rob him out of his state trays, take his lunch for a month or whatever. Dudes that do some grimy stuff. Like, let me give you an example. So, if you know this dude broke as all hell, and you tell him up front, listen, I got you. You want to borrow 2 soups and a can? All right, I got you. Listen, I'm going to need 6 soups back and 3 cans. You got me? All right, I give you 2 weeks. Now, he not going to be able to produce that. The only way he going to get you your stuff is if he go borrowing from other people to get you your stuff. Which, that does happen, but that can't happen but so many times. After a while, you run out of people to borrow from. After a while, you owe too many people to borrow from. So, if you borrow 6 soups from this guy, and you tell him you're going to give him 12 back, just to go run and pay this guy the 6 soups that you owe him. Now, you have no way to get the rest of those soups. So you go borrow from somebody else. Tell them, hey, listen, let me borrow 12 soups, and I got you 25 back. I bet. Got to throw that extra one in because you're borrowing, and it's going to take you more than 2 weeks to pay it back. So you get those soups. Now, boom, you go back there, and you pay dude the soups that you owe him. Now, the cycle just keeps going on and on and on. And after a while, it gets to be, week 2 come. Hey, it's been a minute, man. What's going on? You want to pay up. I need those soups. I got you messing my business up. I can't afford it, man. Hey, I ain't get no money, man. I can't afford it. Hey, I give you my lunch tray. I give you all my lunch trays for the whole month. Would that be enough? You're going to have to give me your lunch tray and your breakfast. I'm going to need your breakfast tray and your lunch tray for the whole month. All right, man. All right, cool, whatever. All right, you got it. Now,
most people have no idea that the best way to make money on Amazon isn't with physical products. It's with Amazon's other company, Kindle. Kindle was paying me $63.
Let's break that down. That right there is a dummy deal. Because let me tell you, people, they don't make anything in prison to your liking. Nothing is on your timing. So breakfast is at like 5:30, 6 a.m. in the morning. And most of the time, if you got commissary in your locker, or you good, or even if you ain't good, a lot of people just sleep through breakfast. Like, nah, I ain't got to get up. I'm not moving. It's 6 in the morning, man. Chill. And you get up, a little later. But if you hurting, you want to get up early, go down there for that boiled egg and those grits or oatmeal or whatever it is that you get for the day. But now you are forced to wake up early every morning for a whole month, whether you feel like it or not, because you are obligated to get up and get that breakfast tray and bring it to that inmate you owe. The same goes for lunch. A lot of times, inmates don't feel like moving at 12 or 1 o'clock. They chilling right now. They just chilling. Maybe they watching something or listening to something. I'm going to skip lunch, but not you. You got to get up because you are obligated to go get that lunch tray and bring it back to that inmate. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And you got a whole 30 days to make that happen. So now you just gave yourself a schedule that you may or may not be able to handle. Yeah. People don't think about that when they get themselves into these situations, y'all. But anyway, let's get back to Bleach. So Bleach did exactly what I said. He made it a habit of borrowing from Peter to pay Paul. And eventually, it started to catch up with him when people in the pod started to notice his game. That in reality, it was almost like he was really not paying anybody, but somebody was going to end up getting ripped off at the end of the circle. If it didn't keep going, somebody always got ripped off one way or another. Somebody was ending up not getting paid. And he was stretched just 2 weeks at a time. He's just rocking. He's stretching this out month after month to the point where a lot of inmates got very, very upset with him. And Bleach didn't have any kind of backing from the Aryan Brotherhood. They wanted no parts of him. He did the same thing with them, and they excommunicated him.
So he was kicked out of his gang because he never paid them back. So they don't even want nothing to do with him. He's part of the gang, because I'm sure he must have been, unless he got into it in the prison, then he's basically almost out. But if he was in that gang in the streets, then he's still legally in the gang, but nobody in prison wants to deal with him because he can't never pay nobody back. Let's continue. Insane.
They're not going to have the Aryan Brotherhood. They wanted no parts of him. He did the same thing with them, and they excommunicated him. They're not going to have you running their books down. You can't pay what you owe, you got to go. Now, not only did Bleach owe some of the biggest store runners in the prison, commissary, people like J Money, J-Rock, all types of people he owed. And I said the prison, y'all, not the pod. That's how he got the game running. Because most of these people that he owed were not.
So he would go to other people in other pods, so then he wouldn't be getting it from people that just live in the same block as him. He would go to a whole nother building and owe people in another building, other people in other buildings where he could try to dodge them. Oh man, bruh. Nah. It always ends bad, like Jay Williams always say. Let's continue.
In the same pod. And I said the prison, y'all, not the pod. That's how he got the game running. Because most of these people that he owed were not in the same pod or, even building. We can move throughout the prison in the daytime. To make movements if you're not a move. So Bleach would go to another building and borrow something, then come back to this building to pay that person back that he owed something. Then he would borrow something from this building and go to the next building over there and pay somebody else back. And then come back to this building and pay somebody else back. And somebody was always waiting. Somebody was always waiting for Bleach to come back with their commissary. And people started to talk about it on Big Yard, like, hey yo, what pod are you in, man? What pod are you in? Oh, the white boy Bleach? He over there at A-Pod. And we're gonna have to send somebody over there and check on him, man. It's something funny, something going on, man. This dude, he been ducking me for like 4 weeks, man. He owed me a lot of soups, man.
Exactly. So exactly what I said, ducking people. He's going to other pods, borrowing from them while he lives in another pod, and then he tries to stay in his own pod when he knows he got so much debt built up. Insane. Let's continue.
Over there and check on him, man. It's something funny, something going on, man. This dude, he been ducking me for like 4 weeks, man. He owed me a lot of soups, man. And like, I know exactly where he at. I know where he at. I find out. I get the message through. Now, when you got inmates talking through the gate about you, I mean, talking through the gate because we in different buildings and they conspiring to run down on you, you got a problem. That's when your borrowing habits have just got the best of you. Because now you have a reputation in the prison of not paying things back. And we all know where that leads people, or at least where it should lead, to a beatdown, right? Well, I can't say that you're wrong, but
Facts. Let's continue.
I'm gonna have to keep listening, at least where it should lead, to a beatdown, right? Well, I can't say that you're wrong, but y'all gonna have to keep listening to get to the bottom of this story. Now, J-Rock got up and he went to another pod and he decided he was gonna do some investigating. He know most of the store runners in the prison, so he went to see another store owner and said, what's good? White boy, yeah, Bleach. Yeah, I know you're talking about. Yeah. Dude owe me some paper, man. I've been looking for him. I ain't been seeing him in a minute. And if you a store runner, your cell is stacked. Now, normally you got respect in the prison, and you ain't got to worry about nobody running up in your cell and nothing like that. But there's always that odd chance that somebody could try it. So if you're a store runner, you ain't really too beat to be going to other pods and running people down or something like that. If anything, you'll pay somebody who's going to find them for you, do that dirty work. Because, like I said, you don't want to leave your pod and have your cell unattended. Even if you're down there in the dayroom playing cards, you got eyes on your pod. You're going to know if somebody running up in your cell or not, and you got to get to work, throw them hands, push that blade. So you try to avoid that if you're a store runner and you just stay in your pod with your merchandise. That's the best advice that I could give any future store runners out there. Just telling you from what I know, people.
This woman drugged her husband just to enjoy one passionate night with him. She had been married for 3 years, but most of the time she stayed lonely. Her husband kept spending time with his mistress and kept neglecting.
So, I could give any future store runners out there, just telling you from what I know, people. So, he sent somebody on over, got some information. They knew where he was at. They knew he was on APOD, and they was going to get somebody to get word over there to APOD to run down on him. And that's exactly what they did, y'all. Because let me tell you, I told you before, when it comes to those drugs, people don't play, y'all. Soups, that's another story. You'll get hurt for soups, but over that other stuff, oh nah, that's a straight cash flow right there. And you messing up things right there. You messing up the re-up. You messing up a lot of things. Now, people gotta get minutes on their cell phone, so they relying on this real cash to come through. They don't want your commissary. And when you tell somebody you gonna give them cash and actually throw a half on top of that because you borrowing it, because you don't have the cash up front, you gotta pay more. Oh, things could get real sticky. So, Bleach, he was on that D. And stop being nasty, y'all. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That stuff that make you lean. Alright? He was on that D. And he was on it bad. Dude be nodding out, all that. And obviously, they should have known he was bad and not to even front him. Because the more he did, the broker he got. The more borrowing he did. Bottom line, y'all, there's always somebody on top of somebody. Meaning, a boss always has a boss. And a lot of times, y'all, some people might not know it, but the storefronts in prison, a lot of times, are fronts. Exactly what I said. Storefront. The stores normally have the connection to the contraband. Yep. So if you're looking for a little AFI, you're going to go to the store and maybe buy a suit and walk out with a suit and that AFI. Sometimes you want something a little stronger, and he can help facilitate that. Now, sometimes people, when you're dealing with substances, you got to go through different channels. And that means different gang members, different gangs. So a lot of your black inmates, you can get the marijuana from. And a lot of your Hispanic inmates, they get that fire, that cocaína, that shit that gets you that paper in prison, the way you ball it. But you gotta know how to play your chips right. So being a storefront guy means that you're gonna be the mediator between problems that get to the top first. And people like Bleach don't make it to the top. People like Bleach, you're gonna end up having to do something to him and paying his debt off. That's exactly what you gotta do to keep business flowing. Because if the boss man finds out, oh, you let this dude chump you out of my money, I don't care what you got going on in the pod, in the prison. I need my paper no matter what. Now, this dude could be in or out of the prison. Either what, your flow is going to slow down or stop if you do not pay that man. And you relying on this junkie to bring you your paper. So what you think going to happen, y'all? Get in the comment box. What do y'all think Bleach got coming to him? A beatdown? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Bleach definitely got a beatdown coming his way. Y'all just wait for it. Now, this is when things start to get crazy. Bleach tried to make his normal rounds, and everybody started shutting him down. He couldn't borrow nothing from nobody.
So everybody didn't shut him down now. So he making his rounds, trying to borrow from everybody. They're like, nope, 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 not this week. Nope, nope, nope. Let's continue. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and join the Young Tripp family. Everybody has caught on to what Bleach is doing. He bleaching them instead of paying them. And now they know. Let's continue.
Right away, to get crazy. Bleach tried to make his normal rounds, and everybody started shutting him down. He couldn't borrow nothing from nobody. So right away, the panic starts setting in. Bleach not being able to borrow something means that immediately the clock starts ticking. Because when he's not able to pay somebody back, that means they on his ass. That means now the 2 weeks have passed, and now I'm going to come and see you every single day to see what's up with my bread. Even if I got to get one item a day out of you, I'm going to get it. Now, Bleach is in his cell, probably trying to figure out what the hell he going to do. He owe a lot of money, and a lot of people looking for him. Nobody wants to let him hold nothing. So he feels the tension in the air. I'm assuming by now. Well, things got worse for Bleach. J Money and J Rock got the message. And they took the job. Because not only did Bleach owe them commissary and money as well, but they got orders, direct orders from their boss. Now, I told y'all everyone has someone above them to answer to. And the fact that J Money been coming short for the last few weeks mean he got to deal with the problem. He is right now the direct problem in the link. You slowing the money up, bro. So either you gotta do something to him and pay that debt, or we're gonna end up doing something to you to pay that debt. What's it gonna be? G-Man, like, man, you know I'm riding. You already know I'm, man. Nah, that fool gonna pay. He gonna pay. If I gotta pay, he gonna pay. Nah, he gonna pay. Alright, say no more. So, J Money, J Rock ran up and stormed Bleach's cell. Bleach in there on the top bunk. Hey, what's up, man? What's up? Hey, what y'all doing here, man? Pull him, no talking. Just grab him by his ankles, pull him off the top bunk, y'all. Back hit the concrete floor. Boom! I'm assuming his head did too. And I guess it didn't really matter. Because like I said, no talking. They just started stomping him out. No punches, y'all, just stomping. Holding on to the bunk and stomping the daylights out of him. Bang!
They done pulled him off the top bunk. He didn't probably hit his head, his back definitely, and they started stomping him out, y'all. Dang. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and join the Young Tripp family. And just like he said at the beginning of the story, if you can't pay, don't borrow. Let's continue.
Yeah, stomping him out. No punches, y'all, just stomping. Holding on to the bunk and stomping the daylights out of him. Boom! Yeah.
Over the last 75 years,
Advertisement, yeah.
10,000 chemicals have been introduced into our food supply. That is terrifying. If you look across the pond, the EU has taken a much more aggressive stance.
You took it all out.
Allow 300 food additives. It's pretty fair to say that the FDA is not going far enough. At Thrive Market, we take a totally different approach.
Now,
You took
what
it all out,
happened
Jay.
next will actually more than likely lead into another story. Will actually more than likely lead into another story. But I'm going to give you the ending of this story first. J Money and J Rock dragged Bleach out to the day room. Now, for y'all that don't know what a day room is, a day room is where everyone in the pod can congregate. That's where the TV is. That's where the table is. That's where you got all the other tables where people play cards and everything else. So they dragged him out to an empty table. J Rock held him down. J Money got behind him, pulled his pants down, and did the unthinkable to him in front of everybody, right in the day room, y'all.
Oh my God. He you know what, him right in front of everybody. What? Oh no, that's crazy, yo. Let's continue. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell notification and join the Young Tripp family. Let's continue.
Took Bleach, got behind him, pulled his pants down, and did the unthinkable to him in front of everybody, right in the day room, y'all. Took Bleach's cheeks. It was crazy. Now, at that point, most people turn their heads like, well. But in the midst of all of this cheek clapping going on, you heard a lot of inmates not too happy with the situation. Hey, man, you doing too much, man. In front of everybody, right in the day room, y'all. Took Bleach's cheeks.
That's crazy.
Now, at that point, most people turn their heads like, well. But in the midst of all of this cheek clapping going on, you heard a lot of inmates not too happy with the situation. Hey, man, you doing too much, man. Hey, come on, man. You doing too much. What you doing, man? This ain't C Block. What you doing, man? You doing too much, man. Damn. Y'all ain't have to do that. Damn.
I kind of agree. That is crazy. You don't have to do all that. You do not have to do all that. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell notification and join the Young Tripp family. Let's continue.
They ain't care. What you doing, man? You doing too much, man. Damn. Y'all ain't have to do that. Damn. They ain't care, y'all. They took turns on Bleach.
Oh my God. They basically ran a train, as people try to refer to it when they talk about a woman. They basically ran a train on him, taking turns, violating him romantically. That's insane. All over debts. And so I guess all these people were so fed up over the debts that he owed that they just said, F it. Even if this ain't really how we rolling this way today. Wow. Let's continue.
Yeah. Damn. They ain't care, y'all. They took turns on Bleach. Yeah. J Money and J Rock switched positions and took turns on Bleach. In the day room, y'all. Didn't care.
Oh, it was just the two of them. Wow, that's insane.
Didn't care and took turns on Bleach. In the day room, y'all. Didn't care who was watching. And there's still one more twist to the story. One more twist, y'all. Now, J Money, he was gonna be in there for a while anyway. He had about another 15 years to do at least. But J Rock actually got released 3 days later. Yeah. He went home, y'all. So this man raped somebody 3 days before he left prison. How animal.
That's insane. And so I'm guessing they didn't know about it, because otherwise he would have not have went home. That's insane. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell notification and join the Young Tripp family. Let's continue.
Realistic is this man raped somebody 3 days before he left prison. How animalistic is that? But now the kicker is, don't think that this went unsolved. Now I told you, the culprits normally get caught. And oh yes, they did. Bleach went right to the gate. And now his story was consistent with, the great hit that they did on him. He said, I got beat down and assaulted and sodomized in the dayroom in front of everybody. Now, at first, the warden and everybody didn't want to believe it. Nah, ain't no way that could happen. Like, we right in the booth, we can see what's going on. Nah, y'all ain't see what happened. Y'all ain't see that. Y'all didn't see Bleach get his manhood took on the freaking table in the dayroom. The same table the inmates play cards on. They took him. And they ain't care if they got caught. Because you was in a cell and you dragged him out of a cell where the cameras are. So you must want to get caught. Either way, they gave Bleach a lineup. He ID'd him. And now, y'all get in the comment box, y'all. That's another topic. No snitching. Where does no snitching end, y'all? Where does it draw the line? If somebody grapes you, are you allowed to tell?
I think so. Like, if you're not connected to that lifestyle, yeah, you should be able to tell. You should be able to get justice for that. If somebody stole from you or something like that, no, you in prison, you in jail, you know what's going on. But when you start taking things to that type of level to get paid back, yeah, that's a bit much. For most things, I agree. Don't snitch, don't tell. You all committed crimes. You where you supposed to be when you commit crimes. But when you talk about that type of crime, yeah, unless you did it to somebody out on the streets, then no, everybody should stay quiet. But if that's not what you there for, and you don't have no connections to anything like that, and somebody just did that to you because you owed them money, I think that's a bit much. But let me know what y'all think. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell notification, and join the Young Tripp family. Let's continue.
You gonna tell? Snitching in, y'all. Where does it draw the line? If somebody grapes you, are you allowed to tell? You gonna tell? You gonna tell who did it? How about you? Maybe you.
The princess dipped me
Advertising,
in a
y'all.
pool of molten mercury. It was meant to kill me. My punishment.
Are you gonna tell? Are you allowed to tell? You gonna tell? You gonna tell who did it? How about you? Maybe you. Are you gonna tell the warden which inmate raped you so they could face justice? Well, Bleach did. Bleach told ASAP. And guess what? J-Rock, he got a knock on his door. We're gonna need you to come on back to prison, buddy. We got a warrant for your arrest. Yeah. Him and J Money got charged with those charges. Those bad charges. And now the whole pod that witnessed this was left in disbelief because nobody had any clue that these two would do anything of the sort. So you telling me the whole time we've been in this pod, we had two bandits walking and living around us, and we didn't know it? because they proposed to be gangsters, they was fronting. Now everybody's up for scrutiny. Everybody gangster getting checked in pod from now on. Yeah. Ain't no punks in this pod, man. We ain't gonna keep telling y'all. We find you, we kicking y'all out. So, just to say that, J Money and J Rock couldn't live on A pod no more. They got shipped off the C pod. Alright, y'all, listen. That's gonna be it for this story. I really hope you liked it. I hope you got something out of it. Like, share, subscribe, get in the comment box and get active. Let me know your thoughts on this situation. And oh, if you haven't heard, I started a new channel. Content will be coming soon. It's gonna be fire. Don't be alarmed by the empty page. At Animated Prison Stories. You heard me, y'all. At Animated Prison Stories. Right there. And it's gonna feature all types of animated prison stories. They're gonna be dope. My cartoon characters are gonna amaze you. So stay tuned for more. Keep supporting. And without further ado, I'm out.
This serious corner from the prison story massacres. I be telling stories about the pushers and the traffickers, trying to keep the YNs away from the bandits. Don't eat the honey bun, don't drink the coke, don't become another victim or the butt of a joke. Don't close both eyes when you sleep or get choked. When you go to the mess hall, sit with your team, cause if you sit with some punk boy, you can get seen, then you can get dealt with. Prison justice like you never felt it. I be taking y'all back to stories of the helpless. That lava I spit, get your boys' stories melted. I spit about prison justice cause I dealt it. And you a real hater if you can't respect it. All that bullshit, yeah, I'm here to check that. Any confrontation, I'ma show up. Bet that. You a real hater, I'm here to address that. When it comes to storyteller, I'm the best at. You a real hater, I'm here to address that. When it comes to storyteller, I'm the best at.
Two moms,
Advertising, y'all.
and a ragtag group of 9 kids. I know what you're thinking, and no, we're not a cult.
That's the story from my homie Jersey Street Corner, as I see it. His video will be pinned at the top of the chat and at the top of the link in the description. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and join the Young Tripp family. If you have any videos that you want to hear me react to on the channel, post it in my community tab or send it to me through direct message on my professional FB or my professional Instagram. Also, make sure you come follow me over on my professional FB and my professional Instagram because I post over there as well too. If you have any situations involving police misconduct, injustice, violations of civil rights, involving you, a friend, or a loved one, send that to me through direct message on my professional FB or my professional Instagram. Let me know about the civil rights attorneys involved, similar to Ben Crump or Ben Crump himself. Let me know about the activists that are involved, where I can join them in the fight for justice for you or your loved one. If your friend or loved one want to come on and tell their story involving the police or whoever it involves, they can send that, send that to me through direct message on professional FB or on my professional Instagram. If they don't want to come on and speak, you as the friend or relative can come on and speak for them. Or you guys can just write a statement. I'll get the statement out there and then pull the public information and get it all out there. All of these same things apply to you regarding yourself as well too. And yeah, don't just be buying things from people in prison that you don't know. I've done so many stories on this time and time again. Don't just be buying stuff from people. Don't just be taking stuff from people. If you didn't know them on the street, or you didn't build a real serious homeboy relationship in prison over time with somebody, not within a few weeks, not within a few months, not within a few days, some months or years, and you know how they really rock and know other people that rock the same way, then don't take from them. Otherwise, they trying to turn you into a girl. And I don't know how many times I have to say that in stories over and over and over again. It's just like the same thing when I talk about the social media stuff and people posting about their employers on social media. It's the same thing when I tell these prison stories, and it's like a broken tape recorder. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and join the Young Tripp family, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.